saying, what the heck did you do to my tire? Hey, welcome to TAG.
Technology, automotive, and gaming. And today, life. And we have to replace this tire because it got flat. And what we're going to be doing is showing you how to get the tire off, the wheel pant off, and get this tire back the way it's supposed to be. Now, it's not too hard of a job, but it takes time. So I hope you enjoy this aviation version, which also has an A in it, just like auto. Okay. Technology, automotive, and gaming. How pretty, watch. Look at that right there.
Whoa!
Tag, you're in. Here are the innards you will need to replace a tire on our Cessna 172 Skyhawk.
Okay, first thing is we got the tire, obviously, and this is a 6 by 6, 6.00 by -6.
This is your
And a
tube.
So,
It's like, kind of like a bicycle.
yep.
A very advanced bicycle.
And you need the cotter pin.
Now this is very important. Now I know in a car, let's never use these, but in a plane, if you reuse them, you're in trouble.
Yep.
And this looks like talc.
It's tire talc. So,
Made of the same stuff.
I have no idea. It just says that it's tire talc. So it's
Looks
got to
like
be
talc.
special for tires.
It looks like talc.
I agree.
I think it's talc.
Probably the same stuff.
Either way, you need the tire talc. You might get in trouble. You never know if they'll do an analysis of your talc. If they do that analysis, they might find you didn't use tire talc.
Yeah.
And we're going to take all this stuff, head back outside, and hook it all up, and it will look fantastic on our Cessna 172 Skyhawk.
Number one thing to remember though is you have to have a certification. This has to go into the logbook, and I'll give it to Tom. I had to put that in there.
That's your important stuff.
And it's got to go in the logbook. So.
Kind of like the tag on a mattress, but for planes. It's much more advanced.
Much more important.
Much more important.
Yes.
Alright, let's head back out there and we'll hook up this tire.
Alright.
Okay, so what we have to do is take off this wheel pan, and I also have to jack off the plane. Now, we have to do all of this, and after we get that off, then we can access the tire. So it's not exactly the easiest job in the world, more complicated than a bicycle, but it's kind of like a bicycle, as you'll see later on. Are you ready?
Yep. So the first thing we're going to need is to get our jack piece here. Jack this up.
That's a specialty tool that you need for that jack.
So.
And you hook this right on the landing gear here. There's even a point for it that you can see under here. I'll show you on a close-up here. Right there, and there's that nice jack point right there. And you need to make sure you place your jack in a nice spot. Now obviously there's lots of snow out here, so it's not exactly the best situation. There's a little lip on the jack itself. And that little lip kind of hooks right into the jack, as you're about to see. And because this specialty tool is designed specifically for Cessna 172s, it's going to go up just fine.
There we go.
And there she's up. As you can see, you're taking the wheel pants off. You take the screws out of all the sides. The wheel pant is only held in by all the screws on the bottom part. It's also held in the main nut on the other side. How many do you have left?
I just have two more. Two bottoms.
Well, it'd help, but it'd be useless. Not that I'm saying I don't want to help, but it's frickin' cold. And I don't want to take my gloves off. Frickin' cold.
It is.
I think I should put my wool socks on. Now that we have the screws out.
Not quite, one more.
Ah! I jumped the gun.
We're in a hurry.
Ah, the wind! Now we just have to get that main nut out to get the wheel pant off. Planes have pants.
There.
You're making your plane pantless. Planes take their pants off one leg at a time.
There we go.
And that little thing my dad's putting in there is a nice magnetic bowl. And they're really nice. You can get them at a lot of hardware stores. We use Craftsman tools because we like Craftsman, and they work real good.
Downside is these are aluminum screws, so it doesn't magnetic to it. It doesn't magnetize.
Why don't you just have a bowl? Sidetrack. Beauty of being at an airport is random planes coming all the time.
So I just bent this out. I'll get the other side bent out. Bending that back with the tool and the anchor out.
I was gonna say nice and gentle, and that it's a cotter pin. Just the anchor.
With it. My goal is just to bust the thing out of there.
That's why you get a new cotter pin.
And there it's out. Best tool in the world.
Okay.
Now this should turn by hand. Yep. See, you don't need any wrenches on this, because if you need a wrench on this, someone put it on way too tight. Just
the cotter pin's what holds that in. So in reality, it should come right out.
Yep.
You have the same thing in cars with a lot of stuff, especially if wheel hubs and things like that. It's the same.
Okay, we got the
same principle.
brake to take off right here. We got the brake pad to get out. So you take these two bolts here out, and then this will just slide right out. You know, that there comes right off. There's a spacer in there that you gotta make sure you don't lose.
Roger, Dodger. We're using a 716. And we're gonna take the brake pad. Taking the brake pad off on the exterior side.
Then it's sticking in there.
Well, what does that piece do?
Just a spacer. But here's the pad. Pad there.
And there she goes.
Okay, this is an important tool you need. It's a valve stem remover. It's easier to get tubes out of a tire and everything if you can just take the valve out, and then that way you can squish them and the air all comes out. So we'll be using this to take the valve out of it. So we'll take the cap off.
Fits right in that hole.
Yeah.
Nice and smooth. Perfect fit.
There we go.
Oh, and you're screwing it right on out.
There's the valve. That's the valve.
Now we use a 1/2 inch deep socket.
Yep.
To separate the two parts from the wheel.
As you can see, these don't spin because of the way they're butted up against the sides right there. So that's why this should unscrew for us just fine. Oh, that is spinning a little bit here. Yeah, wouldn't you know, I'd say that, and then this one would end up going and spinning on me.
So we were a bit wrong. They do spin.
Generally not, but this one decided to go ahead and start spinning on me.
So we're just using a adjustable wrench, or as Dad calls it, a universal English metric wrench. And you pull right on out, and try not to lose any of your washers, your stuff. As you can see, we left our metal pan with our plane, because everything's aluminum, so it doesn't work anyways.
Alright, I gotta break that bead.
Very technical stuff here, using a large BFS. Prying.
There we go.
Lots of prying.
There, we got that side off.
There, all pried out. So now that we got the disc brake and 1/2 off, we have to take the other half off because we broke it up.
Decided to come out pretty easy. Valve is right there. Alright, here's the new tire. Wish I had something to cut this. I need a knife, guy.
Here's a knife.
Alright, thank you.
Should always have a knife.
Yes.
Even if it's dull.
Gotta save this paperwork so that can go to the logbook with Tom.
Now what are you going to do with all that talc?
Yeah, we're gonna put some inside the tire.
What does it do for that tire?
Now this just makes it so that the tube moves around easily inside.
Basically a powdered lubrication. Kind of like low lead in aviation fuel, right?
Coated in there with talc.
And you don't need to use the whole pack. You just need enough.
Just need enough. And I'll get talc on the tube as well, as you see here. It doesn't seem to take a lot, need a lot.
And it's still freaking cold.
It is cold.
God damn, even with freaking socks on, it's cold. I'm not sure how people still conceive children in Wisconsin, because their nuts freeze off. Should have put my longies on. Wouldn't you know? You get a couple of 60-degree days. Like, I don't need my longies anymore. I'm gonna put them away. Then it freaking snows.
Yep. Now I took the valve out of this tube already. And
to take the valve out, just make it a little bit easier for us to shove it in there.
Yeah, you can get air in and out of the tube easier. You can move the tube around easier, and
It just makes life a little bit easier.
right. Okay. I got my little tool here. Over here.
And we're just gonna put that valve stem on.
Having a little trouble there, young man.
I'm having a little trouble. Just want to focus.
Okay.
Now after you screw the valve on and you put the other side in, we're putting both sides in here.
Make sure I get lined up right here with these bolts. So that'll go like that. These will go in there like that. Okay. Here we go.
Since you have two parts of the wheel hub and the disc brake itself that all kind of connect together, you have to make sure you also put the disc brake on the correct side.
That's right. And you have to make sure that you get everything lined up. Make sure it's all goes together right.
Many years later. Splice so much stuff in there.
Together. Okay. Started.
After lots of pounding and banging, and finally, the
No
screws went
pounding,
through.
no banging.
And now that the screws are finally through, we can thread in. You always want to put the washer on first, then the bolt. But if you have the parts set aside, you realize, oh, I'm missing something. And then you'd be like, ah, crap, I forgot the washer. Dad would never do that.
There. Alright.
And we
Now
keep
we'll-
that tool there, and that tool keeps the stem where we want it.
There we go. So, I should be ready to get some air in here.
That tool does multiple things. It'll take the stem out, and it also will screw right into, or it'll take the valve out, and it'll also screw right onto the stem, holding the stem in place when you're doing basic tire work. As you see, he's putting the
Valve back in.
new one, but we are keeping the old one just in case. Probably lose it anyways because it's so freaking small. I'd be like, I knew I had one. I don't know where I put it. Where did I put it? Who knows? Now I gotta buy a $2 part.
Now you get one with every tube.
Yeah, what happens if this one fails?
There we go, she's in. So, squirt some air in here and work it, and then before we put it up to pressure. We're not going to put it to full pressure. It's 26 pounds it goes to, but we're not going to put it up to that at first right away. We're going to do it a little bit at a time till this pops in, and we'll see where we're at. Go ahead, give air in there.
There you go. It obviously doesn't take that long to fill up. 26.
Alright.
Alright, now that we got the tire in and assembled, we now have to put it back on the plane. Since they're both freaking cold, as it's freaking spring in Wisconsin, we're just gonna put the tire on. As you can see, we popped in the tire after we assembled it, we're going to put the brake pad on, and it has the spacer already attached to the other side of the rotor.
Of the caliper.
The caliper. Yeah, it's not spacer. That's the other pad for both sides of the rotor.
Caliper.
Well, no, because it's going around the rotor.
Oh.
You don't put pads on it. I guess you do put pads on a caliper, but they go around the rotor.
You mean the disc. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, the rotor disc. Yeah. Yeah, what he said. I'm just really cold. Spring in Wisconsin. Ah. While he's doing that, I'm gonna put in the nut. Cause it's freaking cold. See this nut? This that goes on there, and then you put the pin through that, and you use the cotter pin to hold it in. This is pretty easy. If you can't figure this out, you're stupid.
Just step up that. Anyway. Now don't go tight. Just start feeling it. I'm gonna start moving this. You're too tight. Loosen. Loosen. Stay right there. Stay right there.
Cool.
Right there. That's where we need it.
Just gotta have a little bit of wiggle.
Let me just do that again
Just a
to
little
show them. See, that's too tight because it should spin.
Should spin perfectly freely around because there is no bearings, or the bearings are inside the tire.
There we go.
And we're
right
just
there.
kind of squeezing the bearings relatively in. It's not like a car tire. The bearing is inside the wheel itself. And it's cold. I mean, very cold. Where's that cotter pin? You'll have to move that shaft around too because there's a hole through the shaft that, what would you call it, shaft? That holds the tire on. Tire shaft?
It's a little axle.
Axle, that's the word for it. An axle. That holds on the tire. There's a hole through that. You have to find that hole, put it through the, essentially it's a lug nut, and then put the cotter pin on the other side and bend it. And I'm going to move the camera over so you guys can see that.
There, we got it all the way through. It's over to this side. Head of the cotter pin there. And you take this over here. And you bend this one down like that. All the way around like that. You take this one here. You bend that up. And all the way around like that. Then you just push those like that. Go on the side like that. There. It's done. Now we just got to tighten up our brake.
And we're not going to put the wheel pant on because it's cold. I think I've said it plenty of times. It's cold. It's spring in Wisconsin. It's cold.
Wheel pant can go on tomorrow.
It's going to be cold tomorrow too. I say it goes on later.
A week from now.
Yeah, a week from now when it's not so cold. You want to put those nice and snug. Not too snug, but nice and snug.
Yep. There. Good. There we are. We're set.
And that rubbing you're hearing, that's right here.
That's the brake.
On the brake caliper. This is a free floating, so it just kind of sits there, and the brake caliper just bolts out like in a car. So it's going to have some rubbing. Alright, now that we're all done, we're going to take that and we're going to lower down the axle.
Parts we're going to leave in the front.
And those are the parts of the wheel pants that we have left. Well, thanks, so I hope you enjoyed the video of doing this new wheel, putting it on, new tube, the tire and everything. It's freaking cold here in spring, Wisconsin. Until next time, take your it.